Hello guys, Anthony come to you, and this of course is DIY One for All. And we're continuing the series that we started, how to save money on your electricity bill. And in today's video, we're going to talk about low watt light bulbs, CFLs and LEDs. Reducing the amount of wattage that you consume as a homeowner or a consumer of electricity, you can dramatically reduce your electricity bill. And as you remember in the previous video, I showed you how to calculate electricity, and I showed you the formula to use and how to derive watts and convert that to kilowatts and kilowatt hours and the cost of electricity usage. And I'm just going to show you that formula again. But here in our example, I'm showing you the three types of bulbs that we have today. The oldest and time-tested one is the incandescent light bulbs. Then we have the CFLs and the LEDs. Of course, the incandescent light bulbs come in various flavors. And as we can see right here, we have the 40 watt, the 60 watt, 75 watt, 100 watt, and the 150 watt. I'm sure most of you are familiar with these different wattage ranges, especially the 40, the 60, and the 75, and even the 100 watt light bulbs. But let's look at our chart today. Here we see the comparison in terms of power consumption. And remember that the more watts that a light bulb will actually use is the more you will pay for electricity. So if you are now looking to replace all your incandescent light bulbs, which I would highly recommend that you do, and you're trying to think, well, what type of LED or what type of CFL light bulb should I get to replace, say, a 60 watt or a 40 watt or a 75 watt incandescent light bulb? So here on the chart, you can see that a 40 watt light bulb is equivalent to a CFL 8 to 12 watt bulb, or a LED 6 to 7 watt bulb. And of course, a 60 watt light bulb is equivalent to a CFL 13 to 18 watt bulb, or a CFL 7 to 10 watt bulb. A 75 watt incandescent light bulb is equivalent to a CFL 18 to 22 watt light bulb, or a 12 to 13 watt LED light bulb. This gives you an example, and it shows you the brightness in lumen. If you're currently enjoying your nice 60 watt light bulb, then just replace it with a CFL 13 watt or a 7 watt LED light bulb and you'll be in good shape. And as you can look on the chart, and you can tell, you're going to use dramatically less power if you go with a CFL or an LED light bulb versus using the traditional incandescent light bulb. Okay, so I won't actually go over all these right now. You can see it on the screen. You can take a screenshot of this as we build on it and in the series, just to help you understand the power usage and the cost correlation. So let's look at the formula once more, and this should really shed some light to you and of course bring back memories. If you watched part 1 of the video, I showed you how to calculate watts, kilowatts, kilowatt hours, and of course cost of electricity. So just going back here and looking at this chart, you can see that we have a lot of smaller watts in the CFL and the LED range. Okay, so you're going to use less electricity. So here we go, CFL and LED light bulbs, pros and cons. And let's start with CFL light bulbs. CFL light bulbs are great to reduce your electricity power consumption. As you can see, the chart correlation from the first slide, that they use tremendous less amount of electricity. The power consumption is a lot less if you go with CFL light bulbs versus the old traditional incandescent light bulbs. So here we can see the pros: consume less electricity than incandescent bulbs. They cost less than LED light bulbs. So that's a plus if you're on a budget or if you're married. Will spread the light evenly and can be extremely bright. Okay, so that's great. You want to at least feel like if you're going to replace your incandescent light bulb, that you have a light bulb that give you similar brightness and you won't feel like you're missing out on something. They are available in soft, white, and warm variations or colors. Okay, so here we go now. In everything, there's a con. So here are the cons of CFL light bulb. CFL light bulbs cannot be used with a dimmer switch. And that's a big drawback. If you have your bedside lamp, it has a three-way dimming capability on it, and you go to some store in the neighborhood and you purchase a CFL light bulb, well, you're in for a shocker there. You can't use those with your dimmer switch. CFL light bulbs take a few moments to heat up and reach the full brightness, and the reason for that is because, which is right here down below, is that they contain mercury. And whenever you turn a CFL light bulb on, the mercury gas has to circulate throughout the bulb and heat up to give you that brightness, to give you that glow. So if you may find that in cooler temperatures that CFL light bulbs will not be bright immediately. They do take some time to reach full brightness. As you can see here, they are very sensitive to cooler or cold temperatures. Alright, now LED light bulbs, they have a lot going for them, but of course in everything you're going to have pros and you're going to have cons. So let's start with the pros. LED light bulbs will light up immediately when switched on, similarly to incandescent light bulbs. They don't produce much heat. Remember, if you're going to have more heat, you're going to consume more electricity, and that's the primary reason why incandescent light bulbs consume so much electricity, is because they produce a lot of heat. Heat equals more electricity. More electricity usage equals greater cost. Greater cost equals less money in your pocket for an emergency. They stay cool to the touch even after being powered on for some time, and they can last up to about 20 to 30 years. And that's very possible with LED light bulbs. LED light bulbs, which I didn't mention previously, they have what you call light emitting diodes, thus the name LED, whereas compact fluorescent light bulbs have mercury. LED light bulbs are not sensitive to cooler temperature variations. LED light bulbs are not toxic to the environment. No mercury like CFL light bulbs. And I just want to caution you here is that even though CFL light bulbs are a lot less expensive than LED light bulbs, one thing you have to be careful of is that with CFL light bulbs, if one does happen to break, open your windows and doors immediately and leave the room for about 15 minutes and allow the mercury gas to dissipate. Mercury gas is very toxic. You don't want to inhale it. So as long as you don't break it, you are good. You can touch it, whatever. But if it does happen to break and you're going to pick it up off the ground, use gloves and dispose of them according to environmentally acceptable practices. Most times, the store where you purchase the CFL light bulb, you can always take the broken bulb there and they will have them disposed properly for you. LED light bulbs come in various forms, and some can be dimmed. Some can be used with a dimmer switch, which is a great plus if you're used to that feature or you require bulbs that can be dimmed. And now here's the con. In everything there's a con, right? Nothing is perfect on this earth. The light output is often directional, and that means it doesn't spread out as well as you would see with CFL or even incandescent light bulbs. Currently, they cost more than CFL light bulbs, but the prices are gradually coming down. So I hope this video helps you to understand your energy consumption better and what small actions you can take to reduce your electricity bill and keep money in your wallet or your purse if you're a lady. Small steps yield big results. This is DIY One for All and Anthony coming to you, and I will catch you on the next video in the series.